They told you the freezer was the safest spot in your home. They lied to you. The items sitting quietly inside your icebox are not harmless. They are quietly destroying your heart every single day, slowly, without a sound. Millions of seniors eat these exact foods every morning, convinced they are making a healthy choice, completely unaware they are feeding themselves poison. The most terrifying part? The most ruthless offenders are the ones disguised under the label healthy. They sit proudly in almost every freezer across America. You won't feel it happening at first. There are no warning flares, no sudden, agonizing pain to knock you off your feet, just a heavy, bone-deep exhaustion you dismiss as getting older. Foggy thinking you blame on a bad night's sleep, ankles that swell up by evening, making you sigh and accept it. That's just how my body is now. But here is the brutal truth. That very same freezer, holding the foods ruining your heart, also holds some of the most powerful, life-saving fuels on Earth. The line between life and death in that frozen aisle is so thin, most people cross it without ever knowing. A vast majority of older adults buy from that section every single week, clueless as to which items belong on which list. So today, we are stripping away the mask from the 4 worst frozen foods you must purge from your kitchen immediately, and replacing them with 4 ultimate survival foods to stock up on instead, ranked from the least to the most powerful. Pay close attention, because the #1 villain on this list isn't just misleading. It can raise your risk of a stroke by up to 79%, a devastating number, and almost nobody is warning you about it. Every single claim you hear today is backed by real clinical trials and peer-reviewed medical research. Before we begin, leave your date of birth in the comments below. We need to face this truth together. Let's begin. Number 4. Frozen breaded fish fillets. Fish sounds like the ultimate safe choice. Seniors reach for it expecting lean protein and heart-healthy omega-3s. Look closer. Once that fish gets breaded, deep-fried, and flash-frozen, everything that made it healthy is buried under refined flour, hydrogenated oils, and a staggering amount of sodium. A study published in the British Medical Journal revealed a harsh truth. Trans fats found in frozen fried foods increase heart disease risk by 23%. Even in microscopic amounts. Add in sodium levels that easily soar 500 milligrams per serving. Picture what that does inside your body over a single evening. Blood pressure creeping up, fluid pooling in your lower legs. By bedtime your ankles are tight and swollen. The blistering heat used to fry and freeze these fillets creates sinister compounds, advanced glycation end products, known as AGGs. Researchers found that seniors with higher levels of AGs face a far greater risk of irregular heart rhythms, those terrifying fluttering beats that leave you gasping for air for no apparent reason. Listen carefully, because this is the deadliest part. The damage builds silently, meal after meal. There is rarely one single bad dinner to point a finger at. The fix is simple. Ditch the cardboard box. Choose fresh or plain frozen wild-caught fish with 0 breading. Bake or steam it at home with pure olive oil, garlic, and fresh lemon juice. The next food sitting in the freezer section looks entirely innocent, yet it conceals a toxic mix of inflammatory oils, fake cheese, and enough sodium to slam your blood pressure and wreck your gut in one sitting. Number 3. Frozen pizza. It's cheap, it's fast. For millions of tired seniors, it has become the default weeknight safety net. But frozen pizza carries a dark threat. Start with the sodium. A single personal-sized frozen pizza packs well over 1,000 milligrams of salt. As we age, our kidneys naturally lose their filtering power. That salt lingers in your bloodstream far longer than it did 20 years ago. Visualize that salt pulling water directly into your blood vessels, expanding your blood volume, forcing your tired heart to pump harder with every single beat. Clinical research links consistently high sodium intake in seniors to progressive thickening of the heart muscle, a structural damage that marches straight toward heart failure if left unchecked. Then look at the crust, bleached, refined white flour, stripped of all natural fiber. That rapid digesting carbohydrate slams your system with violent blood sugar spikes, repeated spikes that researchers now link directly to stiffening arteries over time. Do not miss this next part. Most frozen pizzas don't even use real cheese. They use processed cheese substitutes loaded with industrial vegetable oils and chemical additives like sodium phosphate. Studies link excess phosphate intake in older adults to arterial calcification. It forces calcium to build up inside your artery walls, the exact place you do not want it to go. This is a ticking clock for anyone managing blood pressure or kidney issues. Your organs are already operating with less reserve than they had decades ago. This doesn't mean pizza night is dead. It means the frozen boxed version is a trap. Make a real version at home. A whole grain crust, real mozzarella, fresh tomatoes, spinach and cold-pressed olive oil. Now, we must talk about the imposter hiding in plain sight in almost every senior's freezer, marketed as a health food. Yet it might be the sneakiest blood sugar nightmare on this entire list. Number 2. Frozen fruit smoothie packs. These colorful little pouches promise antioxidant-rich, immune-boosting energy. On the surface, it sounds wonderful. Here is the trap. Most of these blends rely heavily on high glycemic fruits like mango, banana, and pineapple. Concentrated doses that send blood sugar skyrocketing faster than a can of soda, even without a single gram of added sugar listed on the label. For a body over 60, where glucose metabolism has slowed and early insulin resistance settles in that spike, is disastrous. Research shows that seniors experiencing regular post-meal blood sugar surges carry a vastly higher risk of cardiovascular collapse, even if they have never been diagnosed with diabetes. Picture this reality. Fruit that has been flash frozen and stored in a warehouse for months slowly loses its delicate vitamin C and protective plant compounds. You swallow all the concentrated sugar, with almost none of the natural antioxidants meant to buffer it. To make matters worse, people blend these packs with fruit juice or sweetened almond milk. The sugar load skyrockets into dangerous territory. What started as a healthy breakfast turns into an internal roller coaster. A sudden surge of energy, followed by crushing fatigue and brain fog by mid-morning. And you never once connect it back to the smoothie. Some packs even throw in superfood powders like acai or goji berries, dried down to the point where virtually no original antioxidant potency survives. The marketing on the plastic bag is doing all the heavy lifting, not the nutrition inside. The superior move? Build your own blend from scratch. Reach for low glycemic frozen fruits, like dark blueberries or blackberries. Throw in a generous handful of fresh spinach, a scoop of unsweetened protein powder, and a spoonful of ground flaxseed. That combination stabilizes your blood sugar and delivers real, uncompromised fuel to your heart. And now, we have arrived at the single most destructive frozen food of all 4. The habit quietly tied to the most catastrophic health events on this list. Number 1. Frozen microwavable breakfast sandwiches. They look convenient. They sound harmless. For countless seniors, they are a quick, grab-and-go morning habit. Listen to me very carefully right now. Out of everything in the grocery store, this single item stacks the most deadly risk factors into one package. A single frozen breakfast sandwich can blast your body with nearly 1,000 milligrams of sodium or more, consuming your entire daily salt allowance before 9 a.m. Because aging kidneys cannot flush sodium efficiently, that salt stays locked in your circulation for hours, exerting relentless, crushing pressure on your cardiovascular system while you go about your morning. These sandwiches are stuffed with preserved meats, bacon, ham, or sausage, drenched in nitrates that transform inside your body into compounds that actively destroy vascular flexibility. Once your blood vessels thin, your heart is forced to slam against resistance with every single throb, day after day, year after year. Then examine the egg. It is rarely a real egg. Most brands use a liquid egg substitute engineered from powdered egg products, emulsifiers, and industrial anti-caking agents, cooked, frozen, and reheated under intense microwave radiation. This process generates massive amounts of advanced glycation end products, AGs. The exact toxins researchers link directly to chronic, burning vascular inflammation. Even the biscuit, or English muffin, works against you. Bleached white flour, empty of fiber, spiking your glucose and leaving you feeling drained before lunch. If you have ever felt strangely exhausted after eating one of these sandwiches, listen to your body. It isn't just old age. It is metabolic distress. The sooner you eliminate this single item, the sooner your mornings start defending your life instead of cutting it short. Now that you know the 4 toxic foods working against you, it is time to flip the script entirely. your freezer can instantly become the most powerful weapon you own. A tool to forge a resilient heart, restore surging energy, and keep you standing firm on your own 2 feet well into your 70s, 80s, and beyond. Here are the 4 foods you must stock up on immediately, ranked from the gentlest offender to the ultimate life-saving power. Before we reveal them, hit the like button and subscribe to stay protected. Number 4. Frozen edamame. These small green soybeans receive almost no credit. Most people your age walk right past them in the frozen aisle. Edamame is one of the most complete, pristine plant-based proteins on the planet. Its true secret weapon is a class of natural plant compounds called isoflavones. Clinical research reveals that isoflavones aggressively support healthy blood vessel elasticity as we age, especially critical for postmenopausal women battling arterial stiffness caused by declining estrogen. Edamame is also packed with arginine, an essential amino acid your body uses to produce nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is the exact miracle compound that commands your blood vessels to relax, dilate, and let life-giving blood flow freely. Picture your arteries loosening their grip with every single serving. On top of that, edamame delivers a rich supply of vitamin K2. Vitamin K2 acts as an arterial traffic controller. It guides calcium directly into your bones while keeping it out of your heart walls, protecting bone density and cardiovascular integrity at the same time. Cholesterol, ultra-low sodium, a massive wall of natural fiber to heal your gut, and a healthy gut lowers systemic inflammation throughout your entire vascular tree. Preparing it is effortless. Steam it for 5 minutes. Toss with a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil and a pinch of sea salt. Then it into salads, soups, or eat it straight as a delicious snack. This is the silent habit the healthiest seniors build into their daily routine. The next food is the most direct, no-nonsense blood pressure weapon sitting right under your nose. Number 3. Frozen spinach. It isn't flashy, but frozen spinach is a nutrient powerhouse. When frozen at peak harvest, spinach locks in massive concentrations of natural dietary nitrates. Your body converts these nitrates directly into nitric oxide, the ultimate vascular relaxer. Research suggests that regular spinach consumption can lower blood pressure so effectively. Scientists compare its impact to clinical lifestyle interventions. No prescription required, because frozen spinach comes pre-blanched and chopped. There is zero prep work. Crucial on days when fatigue sets in and you don't have the energy to cook. It is also an elite source of magnesium, potassium, and folate, 3 vital minerals that seniors run critically low on without knowing it. Magnesium keeps your cardiac rhythm steady and calm. Potassium forces your body to flush out excess, dangerous sodium. Folate breaks down homocysteine, an aggressive amino acid directly linked to arterial plaque buildup. If you suffer from ice-cold hands and feet, random dizziness, or stubborn high blood pressure, your body is screaming for nitric oxide support, especially if your doctor told you your numbers are borderline. That borderline phase is where small, disciplined swaps make the difference between a long life and a sudden emergency. Toss a block of frozen spinach into a hot skillet with fresh garlic and olive oil, or blend it directly into a frozen berry shake. No chopping. No food waste. Pure vascular protection. You won't believe what top cardiologists are now saying about the next food on this list. It is quietly one of the most potent anti-inflammatory shields you can store in your home. Number 2. Frozen mixed berries. Blueberries and blackberries. These are not a sweet luxury. They are elite cardiovascular medicine hiding in the freezer section, especially low-sugar wild varieties like blueberries, blackberries, and raspberries. Their superpower comes from deep plant pigments called anthocyanins, the very compounds that give them their dark, rich color. Rigorous human trials associate anthocyanins with dramatic improvements in cholesterol profiles and vessel elasticity in adults over 60. Berries directly defend endothelial function. The endothelium is the delicate inner lining of your blood vessels that controls how they expand and contract under stress. Endothelial failure is the first silent signal of impending heart failure. Studies prove that daily berry intake restores endothelial flexibility, restores healthy blood flow, and quenches systemic oxidative stress. They also keep your blood sugar completely stable. Unlike high-sugar tropical fruits like mango or pineapple, Berries possess a low glycemic index packed with soluble fiber. This fiber slows sugar absorption to a crawl while feeding the precise gut microbes responsible for dampening inflammation. Here is the fantastic news. Frozen berries are often more nutritious than fresh store berries. They are flash frozen hours after being picked, locking in delicate antioxidants that otherwise rot away during weeks of shipping. Grab a handful straight from the bag, let them thaw for a minute. Stir them into plain Greek yogurt, oatmeal, or a clean protein shake. If you struggle with brain fog or stubborn elevated cholesterol, this simple habit can outpace expensive supplements. And now, we have arrived at the #1 frozen food of all 8. An item that doesn't just defend your heart. It actively protects the physical strength and independence you need to stay out of a nursing home. Pay close attention to this. #1. Frozen unbraided chicken wings, air-fried or oven-baked. Yes, you heard that correctly. Plain, unbraided chicken wings, not the deep-fried, sauce-drenched junk from a fast food joint. Pure, plain frozen wings prepared correctly. After age 60, the human body begins losing muscle mass at a terrifying accelerated pace every single year. A silent disease called sarcopenia. It is what quietly drains strength from your legs, slows your metabolism to a crawl, and makes climbing stairs or lifting groceries feel like a mountain. Plain chicken wings cooked without breading or toxic frying oils deliver pure, dense, high-quality protein. The exact biological building blocks your body needs right now to stop muscle wasting and repair cardiac muscle tissue. Clinical trials show that higher protein intake in seniors correlates directly with superior long-term survival rates, especially when that protein comes from high-grade poultry. Furthermore, chicken wings contain natural skin and connective tissue, which means they are loaded with natural collagen. Collagen is the structural protein that keeps your arterial walls supple, flexible, and resistant to tearing while coating your joints with relief. Stronger, more elastic arteries mean stable blood pressure and a vastly lower risk of a catastrophic stroke over time. While diets built on ultra-processed, frozen TV dinners pull you toward a hospital bed, plain wings push you back toward dynamic health. They are also rich in vitamin B6, selenium, and zinc, the exact trio needed to maintain sharp nerve signaling and a bulletproof immune system. People are shocked to hear wings recommended for seniors. They associate them with bar food and deep fryers. That dirty reputation belongs to restaurant preparation, not the raw ingredient itself. Once you strip away the deep fryer and heavy coatings, plain wings become a biological jackpot. Choose plain frozen wings. Season them heavily with anti-inflammatory spices like garlic powder, dark rosemary, or golden turmeric. Bake them crisp in the oven or pop them into an air fryer. With zero added oil, prepared this way, they become a daily weapon to preserve your physical independence, maintain your mobility, and keep you strong enough to play with your grandchildren. The sooner you build meals like this into your routine, the more physical reserve you bank for the years ahead. So here is where you stand. Out go the breaded fish fillets, the frozen pizzas, the sugar bomb smoothie packs, and the toxic breakfast sandwiches. In come the edamame, the deep green spinach, the dark berries, and the crisp, plain chicken wings. Your freezer was never the enemy. The choices you put inside it were. Some of those foods quietly harden your arteries, spike your blood pressure, and drain vitality without giving you a single warning sign, while others actively rebuild what time and poor nutrition have stolen from you. That is why this decision matters more than it seems. None of this requires an agonizing overhaul of your life. It simply takes a few intentional, unyielding swaps made day after day. Small, sustainable choices that compound into years of vibrant, independent living. Not a fad diet you will abandon in 2 weeks. You are not helpless. You are now fully informed. Tell us in the comments right now, which of the 4 worst foods is sitting in your freezer at this very moment? And type yes in the comments if you are taking control and making one of these swaps starting tomorrow morning. If you have questions or a story to share, leave a comment below. We read every single one.